JLo is a good actress, and that should not be a hot take. It is an unpopular opinion, pero ponte a pensar, if she was who she is in any of the characters that she has played, those movies would all be terrible because she isn't who she is in those movies because she is acting, okay? If she was to handle her personal life like any of the characters in her movies, she would have a great personal life and probably a more terrible on film life, aunque let's be honest, since Selena has been rough. But think about that. Selena died, and 2 years later, we get JLo. Literally, 1995, Selena la mataron, la cabrona esa Yolanda, que donde esté ahora mismo, ojalá y te estén dando una zumba. I'm still Selena number one. 2 years later, we get Jennifer Lopez as Selena in the biggest movie that I've ever seen as far as being a biopic. It's better than anything else. I don't know if it's actually better, but you could put on Selena's, the movie, right now, Selena, and you could watch it through and through. It is perfect, okay? It's a near perfect movie. I love it. Eso dicho, J-Lo, you lose J-Lo in that movie. She's not J-Lo. That is Selena. I understand it probably isn't. I don't know because I was a child, right? But I grew up thinking that that was Selena. As a matter of fact, I didn't know J-Lo was J-Lo. I thought it was Selena. I didn't know the whole story up until I was 13. You know, it took me a couple years. I'm a little slow. I was in special education. I'm not going to lie to you. But that's the thing. Then we see the evolution of the rom-com. We see J-Lo try and be a serious actress. We see her do things like Hustle. We see her do Enough. And I'm thinking, coño, how is it that this woman that is capable of reading these words, ¿verdad? And putting some oomph behind them, right? The movie to sell. You kind of get her voice. She still has that same little accent in everything that she does, even in Anaconda, ¿tú me entiendes? Where she kind of has to be a badass, but still. ¿Cómo esta mujer puede tener una vida personal tan mala? How is it that her personal life is so blown up? And then you see that documentary where she has Ben Affleck and he's saying like, I didn't want to do this. And she's like, no, gun ho. And she's saying that she would run in the streets with her hair out. It's like, oh, I have to be as delusional as J-Lo. I have to believe that no matter what I did, no matter how much it sucked, it's still good. I have to think that way. I don't know what. And now the promotion of her new movie, which I will watch. I am going to watch The Widow Spider, The Spider Widow, The Crying Spider. I don't know what the fuck the movie is called. The new Jennifer Lopez. I'm going to go watch it. And I hope she wins an Oscar. And maybe that'll put an end to it. Maybe that'll kind of wake her up. Maybe she won't feel that she has to prove something to you. And she'll change her therapist, because yes, in the movie there was a lot of therapists. There was astrological people, all of them morons. All of the advice that whoever wrote that, it was probably her, terrible, okay? Those words should never come together. Es una porquería completa de película, una porquería de la música era terrible también. Everything was bad and everything was significant of J-Lo, de que eso es lo que ella quería poner. That's what she wanted to portray, and that explains a lot. If you want to understand J-Lo, watch that movie. You will understand por qué es que está estancada. Even in doing the rounds for the Spider Widow, Crying Spider, whatever the fuck it's called, she says things que tú te quedas como que, huh. I was meant to sing on Broadway. I'm more of a Broadway singer than I am a pop singer. Huh. A singer is a singer. Let's not get it twisted. If you can sing, you sing. Se acabó lo que se daba. You could then decide how you want yourself to be presented. But if you sing, you sing. There is no distinction. And this might be a hot take, but it shouldn't be. If a person can sing, they could sing about anything. You know how to elevate your voice, You know how to hit certain keys. You can sing. I think she can sing. I don't think that she's, like you get opera. You understand. I don't want to offend. I love the woman. J-Lo is one of those relationships where, oh, I know that you can be. I see your potential. I'm not gonna leave you because I know one day you'll get there. That's how I feel about this woman. I don't even know her. I just know that she's there. She has a base, okay? She has a base. She has something. She has a pizzazz. People tell me that I got something. I see the something in J-Lo still to this day. After 30 years after Selena, I still see it. What it is, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to, excavate that. She has to leave that producer, that manager that she has. Ese tipo lo que hace es sacándole el dinero and doesn't let her grow. Because there is a time to grow. It passed by her. Hay que crecer. Hay que crecer. Why? Because ¿por qué J-Lo sigue como es? Por la gente que tiene a su alrededor. If the U.S. leaves, another country will invade Puerto Rico. Este es el argumento más estúpido que yo he escuchado. People keep on saying that if the U.S. leaves Puerto Rico by itself, that another country is just going to come in and take over, como si nosotros no supiéramos defendernos ahora. No, because what are Puerto Ricans going to do? We could do what we've been doing for the states and die for our country, die for our actual country now. No, pero Puerto Rico se va a convertir en otro Cuba. It's only going to be the same as Cuba. Yeah, sure, maybe if the states did what they did to Cuba, porque la gente no entiende que lo que pasó en Cuba, what happened over there is because of the states. It's because, oh yeah, you want to be that way? The states looked at Cuba, Kennedy, oh, you're going to do that? But no more trading with you, okay? We're only going to send you food and medicine every now and then 2 years later, we're going to revoke even that. And anyone else in the world that does deals with you, everyone that does deals with you, they're fucked with us, okay? That's why Cuba terminó como es. People don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Siguen repitiendo como el papagayo, estupideces, cosas súper ignorantes. Oh my God, Puerto Rico can't defend itself. If it's something that is done, si es algo que nosotros hacemos con papeles, con documentaciones, like actually do it legally. I'm not saying just go fucking crazy. No, that's not the idea. That's why I say buy back the island. Estoy diciendo yo simplemente que si lo hacemos por las leyes, oh yeah, you're gonna leave us the fuck alone and we're gonna keep this, and yeah, you might have this territory where you could do X, Y, and Z. Something comprehensive. People think that revolutions are won how they used to be won. It's not how it goes anymore. No puedes estar explotando cosas y esperar que la cosa mejore. No, you're just going to die. ¿Tú me entiendes? So when people say, oh, another country, who's invaded Cuba? Who? Who's invaded Jamaica? Who's invaded DR, Haiti? Who's invaded the whole island of Hispaniola in the past fucking 150 years? Nadie. No one does that shit anymore. Menos que tú seas people with the little hats, okay? Que la ponen acá atrás. Entonces, pues yeah, those people invade. But they're not going to do that. They're not going to do it because we're far away. It's a whole different scenario than lo que está pasando en el Middle East. Tú me estás entendiendo. We need to actually come from the process of wanting to be free. Las personas, los puertorriqueños que dicen que quiere ser libre, que quiere que Puerto Rico sea libre, start talking about how. Start talking about the plans. Hablen de los planes, de las estrategias, de cómo uno podría hacer un contrato, el cual Estados Unidos lo ve, that the states would see and be like, maybe if you tell Trump, ¿verdad? Si tú le dices a Mr. Orange de alguna manera que él mismo, personal, no que el gobierno, que él mismo, cabrón, we'll put a statue of you for 10 years en el viejo San Juan if you let us go. He might think about it. Así de loco es ese cabrón. ¿Tú me entiendes? Oh, tú vienes para acá y no estás. He might actually. These are the things that I'm saying that need to be done. This is the way that you gotta get creative. Nowadays hay que ser creativo para liberar un país. No puedes hacerlo de la misma manera que siempre se ha hecho. You gotta get creative with it. We need smart people to bring up smart contracts so that the fucking people that have all those bonds, that took out the bonds on Puerto Rico, porque ahora mismo todos esos billones de dólares en taxes, del IVA, lo que carajo sea, el 16%, el 10%, el 12%, all of that is because of things that Puerto Rican people did not do. No fueron los boricuas que hicieron esa pendejada, fueron los estadounidenses, fueron la gente que se metieron para allá, le sacaron el jugo, they went over there, they took advantage of the laws, they took all the money that they could, and then once that money was going to change, that they would actually end up owing money, they closed down their companies, and now they're charging Puerto Rico for that loss. Así era el negocio, así es el negocio, así es lo que estamos pagando todavía. Explicotéate eso, puñeta, no sean tan pendejos. I get frustrated when I see that Puerto Ricans going against other Puerto Ricans. And right now, everything that I just said goes against most Puerto Ricans because most Puerto Ricans agree que los Estados Unidos is a good thing for Puerto Rico. So I'm frustrating myself. I don't believe in fuck you money because fuck you right now while I'm broke. You see a broke fuck you to anyone. If you say fuck you to a person and you're broke, la gente se queda como que, oh shit, this dude is a savage. He don't care about the money. He cares about how he views himself in the mirror. Eso vale más que cualquier otra cosa. Some people would say some of us are broke because we say fuck you. AKA my wife would tell you that I let go of the bag so much because I have scruples, okay? Because I'm not willing to kneel over for anybody. I'm not willing to kiss anyone's foot. If someone offers you $500 so that you could lick the bottom of their foot, tú no vales nada si tú lo haces, and you do it. I would expect you to do it also when you're a millionaire. If not, you're nothing. You have no scruples, okay? Money can change you at any moment, place, or time. Ese es el tipo de persona que tú eres. I don't want to be a you're a pawn in the game, and I'm not even on the board. ¿Tú me entiendes? They don't even play with me. They don't play with me. I'm not a pawn in, porque yo te digo, fuck you, pelao. If you offer me a job for $250, let's say it's hot out, and oh my God, it's going to be the hottest day of the summer. I got $50 in my pocket. I already ate. And you're doing it to prove a point. I could get Junior to work in the sun, but yo te digo, fuck you, cabrón. I'm good. I don't need to do that shit. We have done so many things that we don't need to. We have put up with so much shit. Every job that I've ever been in, I've never been fired, by the way, and that's important because I always quit. Y yo no le dejo saber a nadie. I quit this one job at a factory in Puerto Rico, sinceramente. They had me on the schedule. I never came. I felt bad because my cousin got me the job, pero que se joda. Sometimes you just need to make quick money, and your cousin hasn't, and you take the money and then you're out. That's like every job in America that has a corporate, aka McDonald's, Walmart, toda esa gente que tienen corporaciones, they will hire you for diversity's sake, ¿la? And then once you're in the job, tú tienes que actuar como si tú fueras blanco. Yeah, we hire anybody. We don't care what they look like. We don't care what they talk at home. We don't care who they're sleeping with, as long as you act accordingly here, okay? That's where diversity ends. Diversity ends as soon as you're hired. As soon as you start working, se acabó el DEI porque todo el mundo actúa igual. They can hire black, brown, LGBT, whatever the fuck. As soon as you start working, you're just like everybody else. Ya se acabó. Yo le digo fuck you a todo el mundo. Yo me visto como me quiero vestir. El uniforme que se vaya para el carajo. I wanna be me no matter where I'm at. So fuck you right now while I'm broke. ¿Están conmigo o no están conmigo, puñeta? Being married to a Latina will definitely help you believe in God because you're gonna need divine intervention para poder entender qué carajo le pasa a esta mujer. To understand what the fuck is going on with her, you know that there isn't another human being that will understand your pain and suffering. So you start to look above. You will also understand that if God does exist, it is definitely a man porque women do not forgive, okay? And don't tell me lo más tóxico que te puede decir una mujer, the most toxic thing that a woman will tell you is like, oh, yo perdono, pero jamás olvido. I forgive, but I will never forget, which means that you need to watch your tongue, and everything you say can and will be used against you in your house forever, okay? If you just so happen to remind them of something that you did was wrong, or be at your day is ruined, possibly the weekend, they're going to bring it up months later. They're going to bring it up again and again and again, and you're going to have to hear about everything that you did wrong. Judge, jury, and executioner. Sometimes that's what the Latina women are. It's insufferable. You're going to look at your father-in-law and wonder, why weren't you a better father? Why didn't you're gonna blame him. You're gonna blame her whole family for her. Okay, you're gonna start looking at your extended family as part of the fucking problem. Porque puñeta, ¿qué ustedes les hicieron? What did you guys do to this woman so that she became this way? Porque I have found out that everything has a root. There's a root to all evil, ¿verdad? And the root to the evil of the woman that you marry is definitely her family. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué carajo le hicieron? You'll never find out. Especialmente si son Latinos. Latin families are the best at keeping secrets. We are good at it. We are solid, okay? Every single Latino family has an uncle que está en el carajo, and you know what? Shh, callao. No hablamos de Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno because everyone knows what Bruno did except everyone inside the family. No one in the extended family knows a fucking thing what Bruno. Así somos, puñeta. You're going to blame the family, and you're going to go to therapy, and even the therapist is not going to be able to help you because Latina women aren't honest with therapists. If you take a Latina to a therapist, you're wasting fucking money, okay? Está botando el dinero. They will never speak their family secrets to the therapist. The therapist won't even be able to handle it. The therapist will just go sucking the money dry. If it's a good therapist, they will drop the Latina customer porque saben que le está mintiendo, okay? They look like they're telling the truth. They'll cry about shit that doesn't make sense. I have seen my wife cry about Disney movies, and then she won't cry about the most evil shit that has happened within her family. Y yo me quedo como que you have deep internal fucking issues, okay? I don't understand. I cry in both. Yo lloro la película y lloro con la madre, con el pai, con todo el mundo. But I feel deep. ¿Tú me entiendes? Como Latino, the older I get, the more sensitive I'm getting, the easier the tears come out. I don't know what it is. You know, you get soft. Okay, you start to get soft. You start to feel empathy for people. Latina, they feel the empathy, but what they show you is bullying. Te enseñan como que cabrón, jamás y nunca, puñeta. I'm never gonna let go of this rage. I'm never gonna let go of these fucking. Te queda como que puñeta. Esta tipa es loca de verdad. What did I get myself into? We're fucked. Okay, si tú te casaste con una latina, you're a brave man. The bravest men in the world. De que the bravest men. I don't get war y que going against it, going marry to a latina. Eso sí es tener coraje. Eso es tener valentía. Eso y quedarte ahí. It's not only it's staying there. Eso es ser valiente. The country is punishing itself for voting black for 8 years, and that's why we have orange, okay? Once you go black, you're never supposed to go back, and you're definitely not supposed to go orange, pero eso es lo que ha hecho este país dos veces. We went from black to orange to mummy and back to orange. Explicote eso, explain it to yourself, rationalize it. It's because lo blanco sintieron que hicieron algo mal. They felt like they did something wrong. They felt guilty inside, and orange is the color of conviction. Orange is the color of the jumpsuit that they give convicts. So todos estamos vestidos de anaranjado ahora mismo. I think of orange and I think of porridge because that's what Eminem said was the only word that it rhymed with. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's a fact, but it makes sense in myself that right now it feels like we have a porridge presidency. Algo que cae mal, algo que se supone que sea sopa, but it isn't, okay? Es algo que se hace la gente pobre, la mentalidad pobre te lleva al porridge. It doesn't get you to fucking chicken noodle soup. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I just feel the frustration en el país. I feel the frustration in every single video while I'm scrolling through. Estoy tratando de entender, puñeta, for the life of me. I can't understand it. I don't understand how we go back. I don't understand. Porque explicoteate. Have you ever fallen down a boquete? Have you ever fallen down a hole? Have you ever fallen in general, tripped over something? How many times do you have to trip over the same thing before you get that thing is there and you cannot move it? And if you just so happen to go there and not skip it, if you don't skip it, if you don't put your foot over it, and if you trip again, it's going to be your fault. You did this to yourself. So I'm thinking, I did this to myself. I didn't do enough. Neither of us did enough. Nobody did enough. No one did enough so that it wouldn't happen again. No one talked about it enough throughout the first 4 years, and then the other 4 or 3.5 years of not peace, not resolution. The other 3.5 years of, oh, that's not the guy that we got to worry about. Wait, he's coming back. We got to worry about him again. Should we be worried about him? Is he going to go away? No, other people are getting in the way. No, people aren't getting in the way. People are now agreeing with him. Espérate, the people that didn't agree with him are starting to agree with him just so that they can make money off of him. Is this true? Is this what's actually happening? I don't know. It's happening so fucking. I thought that the older you get, the smarter you get. ¿Verdad? Que más inteligente nos íbamos a poner, como que más íbamos, we were going to be more introspective. I didn't think that it was going to be old and grumpy immediately. Old and set in my ways immediately. I thought old and set in my ways was something for 70-year-olds, not 20-something-year-olds, not 30-year-olds, not 40-year-olds. People that don't want to listen to reason. I didn't understand that. I have never said that I'm blue or red. I don't say that. Why? Because I don't believe in colors. I don't believe in those type of colors. Yes, I believe in melanin. I believe in white, black, brown, yellow, whatever you want to call yourself. I don't know if that's an offense. If it is, I'm sorry. Not really. It's just what it is, and it's the way that people understand what I'm talking about. Don't get offended, though. The point is, there is a distinction in the culture. There is something to be said that people that look like me talk about where we come from and want to know more. People that look like my wall don't talk about where they come from. They don't talk about it's totally different. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's bad. No estoy diciendo que es malo, bueno, gris, oscuro. No estoy diciendo nada de eso. All I'm saying is that there is a difference. Why can't we see the difference and find the happy medium? We've lost happy medium. Happy medium is what I grew up on. I grew up on learning to coexist. I learned to coexist with my cousins. That's something, eso es algo que yo veo, the pew-pewers, right? How many shooters in Grand han habido that have come from broken homes, that have come from one single family member? Most of them that I know of come from a full family set. Mother, father, sister, brother, church. They have all of the things that the American dream should be composed of so that you don't become a nightmare for American people. ¿Tú me entiendes? Para estadounidense, I say American because that's how you understand, but it's actually United States of America. You know, it's not America. You'll get there. La idea es que the people that are being brought up the way that they say you should bring people up are the ones that are losing their minds. Son esos mismos. It's the ones that you say should be good that aren't doing too good in la cabeza. What's happening? You've lost the plot. You've lost the ability to see how it is that these people need to be grown nowadays, because now you have, everyone has one of these, a computer in their pocket that is telling the opposite of everything that you're wanting to tell them, and it's fucking up their minds. They're not smart enough to understand this. One, because they're not bullied at home. And si tú eres latino, siempre te están diciendo todo lo que tú estás haciendo mal 24/7. So, distinction. Es importante el reconocer que la mayoría de los blancos, a lot of non-melanin people feel guilty. And that's why they went orange. And that's why now we're all fucked. Why? Because porque. That's the why. That's the because. Porque ellos lo decidieron. A halftime show in the language of the deported. Imagínate eso. Imagine that you don't have to. That's exactly what's going to happen on February 8th. You're getting 15 minutes of Puerto Rican power blasted through 130 million TV screens across the U.S. Eso es lo que va a pasar. And what does he talk about in his songs? They're in Spanish. His name is Bad Bunny, which is in English, but he sings in Spanish. Yes, that's what happens when you come from a colonized country. We call them colonizers because we still live in a colony, okay? Oh, no, explicote de eso. It doesn't make any sense. It says that he was a trapper. Why all of a sudden now? Why is he wearing that hat in the commercial? What's going on with the vestimenta? Everything has meaning. Everything this dude has been doing for the past year has a subliminal meaning. You have to be smart in order to get it. You have to do research. It isn't as simple of, oh, I broke up with my boyfriend, now I'm gonna do this and all the memoirs of a bullshit. We don't need to hear that. Why not Taylor Swift? That's fucking why. There is no meaning behind the fucking music other than a girl with a broken heart. Grow the fuck up. Kendrick Lamar, a lot of meaning. We're putting meaning in the front stage of America. Yeah, we have to show up for ourselves. La gente me está preguntando, why Bad Bunny? Are you excited? I'm like, yes, I'm fucking excited for you to learn. That's the excitement. I'm excited for you to learn about my country. Oh, but isn't your country a part of this country? Yes, kind of forcefully, okay? No, we had no fucking option. Ahora, the conversation starts. Be ready, Puerto Ricans, Boricua, estén listos para hablar bien. So that you can explain. People are going to ask you, aren't you Puerto Rican? Yeah, it's more than just a flag. It's more than just, oh, que viva Puerto Rico. It's more than that. Explain it. Explain why he is at where he's at. Why you cry when you listen to Lo que pasó en Hawaii. Explain it. That's the reason he took the job. I guarantee you it's a conversation. The motherfucker don't need the money and there is no money. Understand that there is no fucking money. It's just a promotion for him. It's a promotion for the island. Okay? Be proud, but make us proud by what you're saying. Don't be a fucking dumbass. By the way, I can't help thinking about the stage. If he sets it up like he set up the Choliseo con las montañas acá y la casita en otro lado, it's gonna be fucking insane. And I'm wondering the crowd. Because yes, right now I am selling all my first edition Pokemon cards de 1999. I got them all in 1999. I got first edition Pikachu, first edition Mewtwo, all just so that I could be at the stadium. Just so that I could buy one Super Bowl ticket. I don't know how my wife is gonna get there, but I wanna be there. Quieren quitarme el río. I'm gonna look at the white guy that's next to me. Cabrón, you want to take my river and also my beaches. Yes, you should know what the fuck the song is about. I will translate for everyone there. That's why I want to be. There's two types of Latinos. The ones that no matter what will say, aquí está todo bien. Everything is fine. No te preocupes por mí que yo voy a sobrevivir. I'm going to survive. And then the contrast to that, there's the Latinos que siempre están diciendo la cosa está mala. Things are bad and they're going to get worse. And they hit you with every single illness that they got, the illnesses that they think that they're going to get, and how the world is going to end tomorrow. Now, both of those Latinos find each other and marry each other, okay? My dad was the aquí está todo bien, and my mother's la cosa está mala. In my relationship, I am the one que la cosa está mala. I am doom and gloom. I am always telling my wife how we need to leave, and oh my God, we're gonna die, todo está jodido, todo está cabrón. And she's like, everything is fine. Aquí está todo bien, no te preocupes, don't worry about tomorrow, live in the today. And I'm like, yeah, but today eventually becomes tomorrow, cabrona. ¿Qué carajo vamos a hacer mañana? And this is a reality, and I don't know why. Yo no me lo explico. I have been today just pondering, sinceramente, pensando una y otra vez, ¿Cómo podemos cambiar eso? How do I change that? How do I cancel that in the future? Because this has to be some sort of generational trauma. I imagine, ¿verdad? Que si son dos personas de aquí está todo bien, they could fix the world. Si somos dos que aquí está todo bien, we could see the light and everything. We would be happy 24/7. O dos personas, two people that are la cosa está mala. What would those people do? Build a bunker. Because I've thought about it. I've thought about building a bunker. When I tell my wife we need to build a bunker, she's like, we don't even have a backyard, cabrón. ¿Qué bunker? And she's right. Okay, we don't have a backyard. It's just the mentality. ¿Tú me estás entendiendo? So yeah, I want to become an aquí está todo bien person. And I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to say aquí está todo bien cuando yo veo que aquí está todo jodido. I don't know how to say everything is fine when I see that nothing is fine. I don't know how to do it. How do you do that? How the fuck do you do that?